Hey guys, today on the corner, we're like in the middle of summer. I'm gonna print some 3D footwear. Stay tuned, okay?
Hey guys, so I'm at my computer and I'm on Thingiverse right now, and I found this Flex flip-flop that I want to try and print. It's by a maker called ETXANIZ. Let's click on his profile real quick. Julien. Um, he's got about 13 designs, but this looks really cool and interesting. So we're going to have a look here. Here's the flip-flop. Obviously it's flexible, it's going to be printed in a TPU. It looks like he does one flip-flop at a time on a Persia, that looks like an MK2 if I'm not mistaken. And it is composed of the foot pad. I guess that goes in between the toes and the strap. So that's per each flip-flop. Now let's have a look here. Flip-flop is designed to be printed without supports, surprisingly comfortable because of the cubic pattern. Small air chambers created throughout the flexible material give a very spongy feeling, while being strong enough to carry the weight of a person. The size of this flip-flop is 283 millimeters. Any other notes down here? No. Infill pattern and density are very important, so better make a small test because will need to be changed depending on your weight. Cubic 15 works well for 93 kg. So Persian MK3 2S, no rafts, no supports, resolution to 2 to 2.25, 15% infill, smart flex. So okay, this is the important part right here, is the sizing. Alright, so let's download this bad boy. Save it. We will extract all. Alright. And we're going to open Persia Slicer. So let's have a look here. So he was doing one flip-flop at a time on the Persia. I'm going to do it on the Chiron because it has a bigger bed, so I'm hoping I can get all the pieces on here at the same time. So we're going to import all this stuff, and let's just arrange it real quick here. And it looks like we're good to go. I'm assuming I'm going to need 2 of this bad boy here. So let's just make a copy of that and we'll arrange again. Perfect. Alright, so you can see I got both flip-flops on here. Now remember, the important part was that he said it was 284. So I measured my flip-flop and I am at 310 for my flip-flop. So let's scale that and see where it goes. 108.99. So let's just scale everything to 109%. Alright. So range again. Oh, so we're going to have a problem with this piece, so we might have to here. Looks like we can let's rearrange a few pieces here to see if we can create some room for the flippy floppies to print here. So we just want to make sure these guys aren't touching. They look fairly clear, but let's just tilt this in a hair just to make sure. There we go. Okay, so that's on the bed, that's on the bed, that's on the bed. Let's just grab this piece that's not on the bed, and let's just spin this bad boy around. And can Move you out of the way there. Alright. So perfect. Alright, so we're good. Everything's on the bed. Now, we need to pick a flexible filament. I'm going to be using the SaniSmart TPU for these and Soltec TPU. So they're very close. Let me just quickly look at some stuff here. 230. Now the Chiron always cooks a little bit hot, by about 15 degrees. So I'd rather go about 210. And we'll start off the same. 210. Print settings. Let's go for skirt and brim. Now, you notice because I'm pretty close to the edges that I'm going to actually remove the skirt on it, because if I slice it with the skirt, it won't work. It will, the skirt will be outside of the print area over here, right? So we'll just leave it without a skirt. Fill density, he said 15, I believe. And I believe he wanted cubic, he said. So, I think that's good. Oh, speed. This is flexible, so let's actually just drop that down to about 35. We'll see how it takes, and I might speed it up as it prints. Again, with flexibles, you usually want to go low and slow. So we're doing a 4mm nozzle, no supports. We got our flip-flops in the right size, so let's give them a slice and see how this goes. Alright, so we're done slicing now, and this is going to take pretty much 2 days. So everything fit on the bed nicely. We are going to have a look here. It looks good. Where's that cubic infill pattern? Oh, I don't really see too much of the cubic infill pattern. Oh, there it is. Okay. See right there is that cubic infill pattern he was talking about. Okay. Alright, well let's save this and let's throw it on the printer and we'll check her out. Okay. Or actually, you know what I'll do is I will slice these two and then slice the rest here on a different printer to save a bit of time. That's what I'll do. So we're actually going to go back to the plotter. So we're going to just, let's go here. We're going to delete. Oh, cancel, sorry. And delete. So, just spin this bad boy around. There we go, look at that. Alright, and arrange. And we'll slice these two on the Chiron. Alright, so we're going to slice just the soles on the Chiron. So 1 hour, or 1 day, 15 hours. So we saved some time. Said 19. So yeah, we saved about 4 hours doing this. This is the benefit of kind of having two printers going on the same project. So we'll do the soles on the Chiron, and we'll do those in the Soltec orange. And so what we'll do here is we'll export this, and now we'll delete these, and we're going to go use the MK3S. We'll use that with the I want the single nozzle because I'm just doing a single nozzle. We're going to go 2mm quality, and we're going to use the Sunny Spark. So we're going to import the left and right bands. And we're going to import the short band. And I'll have the same problem here as I had with the Chiron. All I'll have to do is I'm just going to have to spin this bad boy around here. And I'll move you up like this, down like this. And then we'll make a copy of you. Oh, mental note, don't hit the arrange button. There you go. Alright, so that's perfect. Let's see if we can slice this. So we'll do this in the Sunny Smart TPU black. So we'll have black and orange flip-flops. So it'll look like a pumpkin. So 4 hours and 32 minutes. So we'll export this. We'll save that. And then I'm going to go print these boys up. Alright, we'll see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, I'm back. And I have printed these. These are a failure. Okay? Now let me explain why. I have a little box here. I had a real hard time getting everything printed with. This is a fail. This is a fail. This is a fail. These are fails. A few more in here. But the whole point of this is, hang on, let me go get these slippers here. Or these slippers, sandals. Let me get these sandals here. So, when I put these sandals on, because of the way your foot goes in these, it comes out on an angle, so you're not sitting properly in the sandals. Good thing I printed these bad boys. Let me tell you all about this. So these are regular old flip-flops. And I will link down below the pattern I got off of these. And these were, look at that, flexible. These were a success. I'm telling you, success. Now, I have a whole video about all these fails and these sandals here. But I just couldn't get these to work. I got these ones, however, to work. So we now have 3D printed footwear. Now, I could go to the dollar store here and buy a pair of flip-flops for $2-3, but these bad boys here, these are my jack-o'-lantern, my Halloween flip-flops. They cost, because of my shoe size, probably about $10-15. But that's okay, because I made these. I got to wear these, and these are a great conversation piece. Hey, I really like your Halloween flip-flops. Oh, thanks, I made them. You made them? What? How'd you make those? Right? So this is a really good novelty item for a 3D printer guy or girl to print. Wear these around in the summer. They're actually not bad. They're pretty comfortable, and actually, they look actually pretty good. Like if I had different color filaments, obviously I would do a different pattern. But I actually wanted to print these black on the bottom and orange on the top, but I used a lot of my filament doing these. So this I really like. It's a fun little project to do. It's a very practical print. You can use this all the time. You wear them all through summer. I'm actually going to pack these bad boys into my motorhome for when I go camping. These are going to be my camping shoes. So they work. They work as flip-flops should. They're a little bit on the heavier side of a flip-flop, but that's okay. They're all flexy and bendy. I don't know if anyone noticed that when I slice these at what, 110? but I only sliced the straps at 100% when I did them. So I did them at 100%. I tried them on. They were good. I'm like, oh crap, I missliced these. So I sliced them again at 110. I put them on, and they were too big. So there is a bit of customization available with these. As you saw when I sliced it for the regular height of one of my regular flip-flops, and then just adjusted it to be 110%, 109%. I can't remember right now, but that's what I did. And then I printed it out, and it came out pretty darn good. Look at that. They're pretty gorgeous, actually. And it's actually a bit of a transparent orange, so I don't know if you can actually see that, but you can actually see the pattern inside. And when you squish on them, they're squishy. They're squishy. They're good for me. They hold me up. I'm like 6'2", 225, 230, somewhere around there. Obviously, you'd have to scale them larger or smaller depending on your individual needs. But you know what? As a project and as a fun print, I call this a success. Now, you know, what inspired me was I saw Maker's Muse Angus. He had a custom pair of these done for him, and they were like $100 US. So I'm like, well, hey, let's look on Thingiverse and let's see what I can find. And I found this model here to print with flexible filament. And as I say, my cost, probably about $10. And there's a novelty factor in it. Hey, I made my own flip-flops. Like, I think that's totally cool. The fact that owning a 3D printer and being able to do practical things, not just a bunch of models or busts, but you can do flip-flops. There's models for belts on Thingiverse. Different shoes you can do. Right now, example, with COVID going around, you do face shields, you can do ear savers, you can do COVID keys. All that stuff are practical printing. That's what I think is just so amazing and so wonderful about having a 3D printer, is the fact that you are able to not only have fun and do the models and the miniatures, dice, board games, cosplay, but do some practical stuff too, like flip-flops, or I'm going camping actually in a couple weeks, so I actually printed myself a soap holder because I couldn't find mine, so I got that ready. I'm going to do, actually, you know what, that will be a good thing for another video. I will actually model can covers for when you go camping or you're outside and the bugs and this, nobody wants to have a wasp or anything land in their can, so maybe I'll do that as a short 5-minute little Tinkercad video. I'm going to do some cup holders for my lawn chairs and stuff like that. So all these practical things that you can do with your 3D printer. Like, I just think that's amazing, right? Like, the fact, I remember my first story. My wife, what are you going to use a 3D printer for? Oh, I'm like, I'm sure I'll find stuff to use for it. The very next day after it arrived, she broke her hairbrush. And no problem, honey, right? Took 2 minutes, went down, Tinkercad, did up a handle, printed it out. Half an hour later, had the handle, glued it onto her hairbrush. I'm like, here, this is what we're going to use 3D printing for. All right? So it just goes to show that 3D printing is a very, very, not only, like, this is like totally geek factor here, you know, to do this, but it also can mask, like during COVID, for instance, they were feeling the niche. They were getting out the face shields. They were getting out the ear savers to healthcare workers. Like, there's so many things that printing can do that it's amazing. It's a fantastic hobby. I continue to find every day new and more interesting things to print, to do different projects. You're always, you know, upgrading your printers, or you're on printing. I used to have a list on the side of my cabinet. My kid actually reminded me of that today. What happened to your list, Dad? You used to have a list on the side of the printer that we could just write stuff down and you print it for us. Like, that's just another facet of the 3D printing. So I got my flip-flops here. I think they're really awesome. They're wonderful. I'm using these for camping for sure. Great conversation piece. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, leave a comment,
And, you know, peace out and happy camping. All right, see you guys. Thank you.